But I tell you what, we went and had dinner with him, and he was the happiest guy in the world. We had our appetizers, and we had our dinner. He's the happiest guy in the world. Why? Because there's no choice, right? There's no choice. I'm either wealthy or I'm not. And that's how it is. There's no, I'm going to be wealthy and I'm going to do this. I've got to climb here. I can make this choice. There's not. So America is all about choice. You can go from nothing to something just like that, but it takes choices, and that can create stress. So opportunity is one stressor. Distraction is another distressor. Hold on, I'm just going to answer my phone. Give me a second. I just got a text. I just got an email. I just got to check out this YouTube. Oh, I got a tweet that I'm on right now. Is everyone tweeting that they're here? Oh, let me just put it on Facebook. The distractions are unbelievable today. Somebody out there, somebody, give me another distraction. Name some distractions that are out there today.
Children.
Traffic.
Traffic. Television.
We watch television.
You watch television. So there's more distractions. You tell me. Are there more distractions today or less distractions?
More.
Right? Driving down the road, I've got a text while I'm driving. Distractions, right? There's a billboard in every corner. There's more commercials. There's more options. I go from ABC, NBC, CBS, used to be, right, to I've got 4,972 channels now, and there's nothing on any of them. But out of that, I got Comcast, AT&T, Dish, Apple TV. I've got so many distractions now, so many choices and distractions that can be stressful, right? Disorganization is another stressor. How many of us waste time, and then when something is due and needs to get done, we try to get it done, we don't get it done, we're all stressed out about it. So being disorganized is a huge stressor out there. The feeling of defeat, being defeated, is a major stress, right? I've got this on my list, 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 and at the end of the day, I was so distracted and disorganized, I didn't get one thing done, add 5 more things to my list. I am not going to bed feeling good. I'm feeling stressed out about tomorrow, right? Defeated feelings. And death can be stressful.
We have real TV.
Why do I say death? Death can be stressful. I don't mean like I'm afraid to die. I mean, I have all these things I want to do in my life before I die. Will I get them done? That's stressful, right? So how do we handle it? Right, so we've got opportunity is stress. Distraction is stress. Disorganization, defeat, and death. Right, quite simple. Can anyone think of any other stressors?
Interruption.
Distractions. You just interrupted me, thank you, now I'm distracted. Right, those are the basic distractions: disorganization, choices, opportunity, death, and defeat. I can't think of anything else, because those are all the things that have distracted or stressed me out, right? So I went back to school and I learned some principles that I want to share with you tonight. So let's talk about the first one. Ready? If you're taking notes, this is, you put number 1. What can you do to defeat stress? Ready? It's extremely tough. Extremely tough. But you've got to do it if you want to beat stress. Sit your rear ends down and decide what you want. Right? Decide. Take an hour, sit down, and decide what you want. I want this house. I want this car. I want this job. I want this spouse. I want this. This is what I want. And make your list long. And I don't care how silly you think it is. I want to own a private jet someday. I want to, own a manufacturing company. I want this. I want that. That. Write your list of everything you want. Because I'll tell you what, when you do that, it gives you power, number 1. Number two, it opens up a door where you go, you know what? I want to be there because I want that job. But I'm in this job listening to that guy yell at me every day, and I'm not happy, and he stresses me out. So because I want to be there, I'm no longer willing to deal with that. This is an easy decision. I quit. Right? So when you make decisions about things, you take the stress out of it, because all of a sudden it helps you make better decisions to move on to the next thing. We did an exercise on Monday here. We did an exercise on Monday because I do all this stuff with our team here. And I sat 3 team members down and I said, what do you want? What's the number 1 thing you want? We had one person shout it right out. One person kind of wanted something, but didn't think they'd get it, and we had another person kind of had to think about it for a while. So we got through the first level. I said, we're not getting up. You are going to tell me what you want. We're going to take the stress off the table, because if you know what you want, then every decision you make based on that is going to lead you to what you want, not what you don't want. Right? Too many people, they might want something, but they're not willing to say it, so guess what you're going to get? You're going to get exactly what you got. So if you don't write what you want, you get what you get. Don't stress out about it, because that's just the way it is. The cool thing was, is we got past the first level, and it was like, so tell me what you want. I don't know, right away, okay, great. We got the first level of what they wanted. We got it. We got what you want. Then I said, now let's go to the second level. Think even bigger than what you want now. Oh man, holy cow. And then one person spread out, another person, I don't know, another person, there it is. So we actually expanded their next want, a want that they didn't even, they could go to. And all of a sudden, now it starts turning on them. You know what? I decided that's what I want. So it's more likely I'm going to make decisions to head towards that and not away from that. Because like I said, you don't decide what you want, don't complain to me that you got what you get. Because it is what it is. So number one, sit down, take the time. And I've been doing this for years. You know what? Everyone goes to bed and every month. And the funny thing is, I'll look back at some of my lists when I was younger. I want a Ferrari. What the hell am I going to do with a Ferrari? You know what it is? What am I going to do with a Ferrari? What am I going to do with that? What do I do with that? The kids spit up in it? Yeah, that makes sense. So you'll start to notice that when you make these lists of what you want, you'll start going back and you go, yeah, I thought I wanted that, but I don't really want that, and you'll cross it out. And then all of a sudden your list will start changing. And then things you go, well, I don't know if I wanted that. How many of you have had this experience? Something you never thought you'd want ever, all of a sudden you're just like, well, yeah, maybe I do want that. You know what it was for me? A fourth child. It took my wife 2.5 years to convince me. They finally went, you know what? I do want that. I do hope it's a girl, because the boys are going to leave. The girl's hopefully going to stick around. If they don't, they'll come back for a while. So number one, decide. The second thing I'm going to teach you, I got directly from a class I took over the summer. Now, if you've never heard of Dale Carnegie, have everyone heard of Dale Carnegie, right? Dale Carnegie is fantastic at helping you communicate with others, but also helping you learn about yourself and then techniques to use in real everyday life. So, distraction, disorganization, and defeat. We're going to lump these all in one category. I'm going to share with you a technique that I learned that you can literally take home and do tonight, because when I learned it, started utilizing it, it's been fantastic for me. I'm going to free up time so that you can actually take time to get distracted. How many of you would actually go, wow, if I had time I did to actually be distracted, I would like that? How many of you would like to go to bed at night going, I checked everything off my list and I'm ready for tomorrow's list? How many of you would like to go, you know what? I'm so organized, I'm ahead of the game. How many would like that? Raise your hand. And here it is. It's called Tyranny of the Urgent. It's a piece of paper that we've got copies up front that on the way out, if you want to grab one, grab one. It's called Tyranny of the Urgent. And what it is, it's 4 categories, okay? Can everyone see this? It's 4 categories. In this category up top, it says urgent, not urgent, and it says important and not important. So let's go over this. So in category 1, we want to know where you spend your time. So you got to sit down and actually think, where do I spend my time? So take the time to sit down, right? Don't stress out about it, but take the time to sit down. It'll be worth it. And you make a list. You go, okay, what do I know that's important and urgent? In other words, this category means I got to get this done now. If I don't get it done now, I lose my job, I don't get the bonus, I don't do this. I got to get this thing done now. I got to make a decision, am I going to babysit my grandkids this weekend or not? Because my kids need to know. I got to make the decision right now. That's important and urgent. These are like, it's got to happen now decisions. Over here it says important but not urgent. You know what? I'm going to create some time and I'm going to, you know what, write a book. It's important to me that I get this book done, but it's not urgent. If I don't get it done tomorrow or this week, you know, it's okay. But it's important to me. Can everyone think of some things that are important to you but not urgent? Right? Who here has something that's urgent and important they've got to get done tomorrow? Raise your hand. Nobody. Okay. So there's urgent and important. There's not urgent and important. Again, things you can put on your list. Days where you can, I'm going to take 3 days a week, I'm going to write 2 pages a day. It's not urgent, but it's important to you. And then here is, are you ready? Here is the energy drainer Here's where most of us spend our day. Ready? Not important, but we feel it's urgent. You know, I'm in the middle of you talking right now, and this is great, but I really just gotta check my email for a minute, okay? Because I'm waiting for an email, so I just gotta check it. Yeah, I know we got patients all over the office, and everyone's gotta leave on time to go because they gotta get their adjustment, but I just gotta make a quick phone call because it's urgent. That's the category that if I really sat you down and said, look, take a look at your day, and what things do you make urgent that truly deep down you know are not, they're not urgent. They're not important, they're not urgent. Give me some things in that category. Any idea? Emails? Social emails? Laundry? Posting on Facebook? Texting on your cell phone to buddies? Right? So these are things that, you know, oh, I got to go watch a show right now. Well, look, you got to talk to prepare for tomorrow. But you got to watch the season finale. Got to watch it. Really, if I ask you, is it urgent and important? You go, well, it's not urgent and important. What I got to get done is I got to get my talk ready for tomorrow. That's urgent and important. And then the last one, not urgent, not important. Really in that category, that's just chill out time. You know what? Watching TV. You know what? I really have nothing to do at this point but sit down and relax. So I'm going to take that time. Where you really want to be is you want to be in category number 2. Okay? So you want to list your urgent things on a daily basis and get them done today. And you want to get tomorrow's urgent things on category number 2 so that tomorrow they slide into here and they don't add up so many that all of a sudden you just go, I'm defeated by the end of the day because I wasted time on watching TV when I shouldn't have. You know what, I became distracted by my emails. So you look at category 3, which is the distraction, the disorganization, which leads to defeat. And you say, what do I need to do for tomorrow? Then what do I need to do for Wednesday? What do I need to do this week that I can slide over? And every day you slide over, and then catch yourself here in category 3, and make sure you acknowledge it, and then get it out of that get it out of here. Just get it out. Does that make sense? So what that's going to do, it's going to allow you to free up your hours. Once you sit down and do it, you're going to have to take some time on a daily basis for the next days. But it frees up your day, so at the end of your day, and I've been doing this for a while now, at the end of your days, you go cross off, cross off, cross off, cross off. Holy cow. I feel awesome today. I can actually go to sleep and sleep because most of you won't sleep. Why? Because you're stressed out. You got everything on your mind. You didn't get it done. I feel defeated. I got to do it tomorrow. But if you just take the time and fill this out properly, you're going to start to see at the end of the day, you feel excited, you'll sleep, you'll be more organized, and you'll be less distracted, and you'll actually accomplish more of your goals, and you'll accomplish more of what you want to accomplish, your decisions. So if you want a copy of The Tyranny of the Urgent, it's up front, you take it before you leave. If you want more explanation, you can email me, okay? Does that make sense to everyone? Does everyone get that? Right? Okay. Sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes you're just going to have to take the downs and the stress, and you're going to have to motivate yourself to get through them because you're going to have to grind it out. I was reading a book called Grinding It Out by Ray Kroc. Anyone know who Ray Kroc is? Mm-hmm. Who's Ray Kroc?
McDonald's.
What about McDonald's? Did he found McDonald's?
The founder.
He's not the founder of McDonald's. Close. I used to think he was the founder. The McDonald brothers founded McDonald's. He just had the franchising idea and bought the rights to it, and there you go. But Ray Kroc has a book called Grinding It Out, and I love to read. I've got a nice sized library, and I love to read because I want to know how people do things. And in a good portion of the book, he goes, man, we were like millions of dollars in debt, and we were facing the wall, and we didn't know what to do. And he said, you know what? I just realized I had to grind it out. I wanted to get to where I wanted to get to, and I just had to grind out. It took me 2 years to grind it out, but I grinded it out. And sometimes you're just going to have to motivate yourself to go where you want to go and get through the stress, because sometimes if you just avoid it, the stress becomes a whole lot bigger. But sometimes if you just turn and face the lion's roar, have you ever heard of that? If you ever face the lion's roar and get motivated to push through the stress, most times you'll actually push through it and you'll achieve what you want to achieve, and the stress actually goes away. The example I was thinking of, Nancy, this is from you, right? So not only am I your chiropractor, but hopefully I'm your motivator and inspirer. So Nancy, some time ago, Nancy's been a patient here for a long time, and her husband passed away. And it was a couple months. Nancy came in, and you know what? She wasn't having a good day. And you know what? This place was packed. I said, I don't care. I brought Nancy into the back room, and Nancy, what did I do to you?
You kicked my butt.
I kicked her butt. I looked in the eyes and I just said, Nancy, you got to keep on living. I said, you know what? We can remember Norb every day, and we're thankful we had that time with him. But you got to live every day, and you got to motivate yourself through today because you've got kids and you've got grandkids, and you got to look at that stress and you got to take it on. And Nancy, what happened?
I did, yeah.
She did it. She got through it. So sometimes you're going to have to look at stress and you're going to have to push through and motivate. Now, I want to do a technique. Here's a technique you can do, right? So everyone close their eyes. Everyone close their eyes. This is a great technique I learned. Close your eyes. It's going to happen someday, so I want you to keep your eyes closed and picture yourself in a coffin at the front of a funeral home. Yourself in the coffin. And what I want you to picture is all your dreams, all your hopes, all your desires, all the goals you ever set out that you never achieved. And I want you to picture them quite upset with you because you never actually achieved them while you were alive, and guess where they have to go with you? Up to heaven. And they're not actually going to be fulfilled. So there are thousands of people you could have